Aya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtiki. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Caitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirviseshasha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhaevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasade Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we'll continue reading from Bhagavatam today, from Canto 3, Chapter 3, Chapter 1, Text 17. Sanirkata Kaurava Punyalabdo Gaja Vayatirtha Pada Padani Anvakramat Punya Chikir Shayorvyam Adhishtoyani Sahasramurtihi. By his piety, Vidur achieved the advantages of the pious Kauravas. After leaving Hastinapur, he took shelter of many places of pilgrimage, which are the Lord's lotus feet. With a desire to gain a higher order of pious life, he traveled to holy places where thousands of transcendental forms of the Lord are situated. Vidur was undoubtedly a highly elevated and pious soul. Otherwise, he would not have taken his birth in the Kaurav family. To have high parentage, to possess wealth, to be highly learned, and to have great personal beauty are all due to past pious acts. But such pious possessions are not sufficient for obtaining the grace of the Lord and being engaged in his transcendental loving service. So why many times we want to do karma kanda, we want to do pious acts so that in the next life or even in this life, we can have increase our opulence. So what are some of the opulences are? To be born in a very good family, to get wealth, to have a lot of wealth, to gain a lot of knowledge, and to have personal beauty, a beautiful body. These are very attractive to all of us, and we're all looking for that. And if one has that, means they must have done some pious activities in their past life. But even if somebody has this, it doesn't mean that they are going to become a devotee. This is not the requirement for doing bhakti. Vidur considered himself less pious, and therefore he decided to travel to all the great places of pilgrimage in the world in order to achieve greater piety and advance nearer to the Lord. At that time, Lord Krishna was personally present in the world, and Vidur could have at once approached him directly, but he did not do so because he was not sufficiently freed from sin. One cannot be 100% devoted to the Lord unless and until he is completely free from all effects of sin. Vidur was conscious that by the association of the diplomatic Dhritarashtra and Duryodhan, he had lost his piety and was therefore not fit to associate at once with the Lord. So Vidur, that's why he went to the places of pilgrimage. He wanted to purify himself. He was saying, oh, all my life I've been engaged in politics. And so, I've not done bhakti. So now let me go and purify myself, hear from the devotees, go to the places of Lord's pastimes. In Bhagavad Gita 7.28, this is confirmed in the following verse. Yesham tva antagatam papam jnanam punya karmanam te dvandva moha nirmukta bhajante mam dridavrataha. Persons who are sinful, asuras like Kams and Jarasan, cannot think of Lord Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Absolute Truth. Only those who are pure devotees, those who follow the regulative principles of religious life as prescribed in the scriptures, are able to engage themselves in karma yoga and then jnana yoga, and thereafter by pure meditation can understand pure consciousness. So if we are inimical to Krishna, Kans, Jarasan, all these they are inimical to Krishna. So if we are inimical to Krishna, we will not be able to engage in bhakti. We won't be able to. If we want to engage in bhakti, then we have to follow what the Shastras are saying. So when God consciousness is developed, one can take advantage of the association of pure devotees. Shyan Mahat Sevaya Vipra Punya Tirtha Nishevanat. One is able to associate with the Lord even during the existence of this life. So what is being stressed is like purification, gradual purification. But wherever we are, whatever position we are in, there is, we can start chanting Hare Krishna. It's not that to start chanting Hare Krishna, first I need to go to pilgrimage to purify myself and then I can start chanting. No, at any place, at any time. That's the reason Lord Caitanya gave this to us, because in Kali Yuga we don't have much qualification. None of us have the qualification. So he gave us the most powerful medicine, chant Hare Krishna mantra, hear from Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. No matter what position we are in, pure, impure, we are all encouraged to chant and hear. Places of pilgrimages are meant for eradicating the sins of the pilgrims, and they're distributed all over the universe, just to give facility to all concerned for attaining pure existence and God realization. One should not be satisfied, however, merely by visiting the places of pilgrimage and performing one's prescribed duties. You should be eager to meet the great souls who are already there, engaged in the service of the Lord. In each and every place of pilgrimage, the Lord is present in his various transcendental forms. So we know that many people, they like to go to the place of pilgrimage. They'll say they are going to the Char Dham, for example, or, they will go for Ganga Snan or something. But what is the reason that we should be going? The reason is not that we go to just the place of pilgrimage to take a bath and come back. No, it is to associate with the pure devotees of the Lord over there and to hear from them. So we are encouraged to go to Vrindavan, Mayapur, Jagannath Puri, all these are dhams. And then it's not that we go there just for a holiday or vacation, but we go to associate with the devotees who are there, the pure great souls, and hear from them. And then, of course, the Lord is present. There are so many different temples. There are so many different forms of the Lord in these dhams. These forms are called Archa Murtis, or forms of the Lord, which can be easily appreciated by the common man. The Lord is transcendental to our mundane senses. He cannot be seen with our present eyes, nor can he be heard with our present ears. To the degree that we have entered into the service of the Lord, or to the proportion that our lives are freed from sins, we can perceive the Lord. But even though We are not free from sins. The Lord is kind enough to allow us the facility of seeing him in his Archa Murtis in the temple. So we do not have the capacity or capability to see the Lord with our this material eyes. But he is kind, just so that we can engage in service to him. We can develop our devotion and love for him. He accepts this deity form made of stone or wood or metal. You know, he's accepting, and this is the Lord himself. The pure devotee makes no difference between the murti of the Lord and the Lord himself. The Lord is all powerful, and therefore he's able to accept our service by presentation of his archa form. No one, therefore, should foolishly think the archa in the temple to be an idol. Such an archa murti is not an idol, but the Lord himself. And to the proportion that one is free from sins, is able to know the significance of the archa murti. The guidance of a pure devotee is therefore always required. So that's the reason the scriptures, they tell us, don't do these 4 sinful activities: meat eating, gambling, intoxication, and illicit sex. Stop that and then chant Hare Krishna. And then the more we do that, the more, and worship the deity. The deity, as Prabhupada is saying, is not an idol, is the Archa Murti, the form of the Lord. And then the more service we engage in, the more we worship the Lord, the more we chant Hare Krishna, the more we will be able to associate. So we are already associating with the Lord to that degree. And then the more we will be able to experience the Lord. In the land of the Bharatvarsha, there are many hundreds and thousands of places of pilgrimage distributed all over the country. And by traditional practice, the common man visits such holy places during all seasons of the year. Some of the archa representations of the Lord situated in different places of pilgrimage are mentioned herewith. The Lord is present at Mathura, the birthplace of Lord Krishna, as Adi Keshav. The Lord is present at Puri, Orissa, as Lord Jagannath, also known as Purushottam. He is present at Allahabad, Prayag, as Bindu Madhav. At Mandara Hill, he is present as Madhusudana. In the Anandaranya, he is known as Vasudev, Padmanabha, and Janardhan. At Vishnu Kanchi, he is known as Vishnu. And at Mayapur, he is known as Hari. There are millions and billions of such archa forms of the Lord distributed all over the universe. All these archa murtis are summarized in the Caitanya Caritamrta in the following words. Sarvatra prakashatanra bhakti sukhadite jagatera adharma nashi dharma sthapite. The Lord has so distributed himself all over the universe just to give pleasure to the devotees, to give the common man facility to eradicate his sins and to establish religious principles in the world. So it's not that Krishna is waiting for our worship, he's waiting for us to give him something. No, he's accepted these forms so we can get purified, so we are able to develop our bhakti. That's the reason. And then it's not only on this earth planet that the Lord has these archa forms, but it's all over the universe. All over the universe. Any questions, comments?
No, clear.
Okay. So going on to the next one. Text 18. Pureshu punyo Pavanadri Kunjeshwar Apankatoyeshu Sarashu Antalinge Samalankriteshu Chachara Tirthyataneshwa Anyanaha. He began to travel alone, thinking only of Krishna, through various holy places like Ayodhya, Dwarka, and Mathura. He traveled where the grove, hill, orchard, river, and lake are all pure and sinless, and where the forms of the unlimited decorate the temples. Thus, he performed the pilgrim's progress. These archa forms of the Lord may be considered idols by the atheist, but that does not matter for persons like Vidura or his many servants. The forms of the Lord are mentioned here as Antalinga. Such forms of the Lord have unlimited potency and same as that of the Lord himself. There is no difference between the potencies of the archa and those of the personal forms of the Lord. So that's how the pure devotee, he knows that the Lord in the temple is the same. There is no difference between the Lord in the temple in his deity form and the personal form of the Lord. The example of the post box and post office may be applied here. The little post boxes distributed all over the city have the same potency as the postal system in general. The duty of the post office is to carry letters from one place to another. If one puts letters in post boxes authorized by the general post office, the function of carrying letters is performed without a doubt. Similarly, the Archa Murti can also deliver the same unlimited potency of the Lord as when he is personally present. Vidur therefore could see nothing but Krishna in the different Archa forms, and ultimately he was able to realize Krishna alone and nothing else. So Prabhupada is giving here the example that there are so many post boxes. And suppose we take any box and paint it red and green and put letters there, but it is not authorized by the post office. So we'll keep putting the letter. Will the letter go to the person we want to send it to? No. But if there is a green and red box, which is authorized by the post office, when we put the letter, the postman will come and take the letter and deliver the letter to the receiver. It will happen. It's not that it's not going to happen. Similarly, the Archa forms of the Lord, they are authorized. They're authorized. And so, whatever offering we are making it to the Archa form, Krishna is accepting it. Although Krishna is in Golok Vrindavan, through this Archa form, he's accepting our worship when we are offering him agarbatti or flowers or food, anything, he's accepting it through this Archa form. And there are so many pastimes that the deities perform, especially the Jagannath, Subhadra and Baladev deities in Mayapur. We've heard so many pastimes of them. Pankajangari Prabhu and Janani Nivas Prabhu would say. So there is this temple in Mayapur and of Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra Maharani. And these deities are they are from Jagannath Puri themselves. So then Lord Jagannath says that he's non-different from the Jagannath in Puri and the Jagannath in Mayapur. It's the same. It's not different. And so somehow the other, these deities were first worshipped by some family. And over the years, over the generations, the worship stopped, it deteriorated. And then the temple had become covered. Then somehow some other person again started the deity worship, but it was not to a very good degree. And then so the person who was taking care of the deity was talking with ISKCON to take over the management of, worship of the deity. And so when these talks were going on, so then the devotees of Mayapur temple, the ISKCON temple in Mayapur, they started, because in this temple where Jagannath was there was not even facility to cook properly. So they were cooking the bhoga in Radha Madhav's kitchen, where they were making for Radha Madhav in Mayapur, and they would pack a box and send it to Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra Maharani, and they would accept their bhoga. And then suddenly, because the paperwork was not yet done, the formalities were not yet done, and Jayapataka Maharaj didn't know that the devotees have already started offering bhoga to Jagannath. So he was just saying, we should not start our worship there as yet till all the formalities are not fulfilled. They're not finished. And so the devotees who were preparing the food for Jagannath, they stopped it. They didn't do it. Then what happened? In the night, the Brahman, the Pujari who was taking care of Jagannath, he had a dream that the Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, Maharani, they were walking away. And he was running after them. What happened? Why are you going? He said, oh, you're not giving us food here. We're going to go to the ISKCON temple. They're giving us very good food there. So we want to go there. So when he had this dream, then he spoke to the temple authorities. It came to the notice of Jayapataka Maharaj, and he was like, I didn't know that you all had started feeding the Lord. Please continue to to feed the Lord. Don't stop it. You know, and so, yeah, the deities, it just depends on us, how purified we are. And there's so many other pastimes, even with this Jagannath. I can't remember now all of them. Even Lord Nishingadev in Mayapur, there's so many pastimes. Pankajangri Prabhu has narrated all the pastimes. There's a tiny book where all the pastimes of the reciprocation of the deity. Yeah, there was one pujari of the Nishinga deity who was always he was very scared of Lord Nishingadev because he's in the Ugra form, Ugra Sthanu. He's like, you know, ready to pounce on Hiranyakashipu. That's the form that is in Mayapur. He's just gonna start pouncing right now. So he's so much anger, right? So the pujari who was taking care of Lord Nishingadev used to be very scared of, you know, very scared of him. And then one night when he was sleeping, Lord Nishingadev, he sat down on him and put his like his transcendental claws, kind of his hands with his lion nails on his chest. And then the pujari woke up and he was so scared, and Lord Nishingadev is, you know, standing, I mean, he's sitting on top of him. And then Lord Nishingadev told him, don't be so scared. You know, you're offering me service, but you don't have to be scared of me. You know, I just came to tell you that. Like, you're doing a good job, but don't be so scared. And then Lord Nishingadev went away, and then the pujari, he was like going crazy because he saw Lord Nishingadev himself. He ran out of the veranda and he was running up, and you know, it was soon going to be Mangalarti. He rushed to the temple. He offered his obeisances to the Lord, and the marks which Lord Nishingadev had made on his chest, it was there for a long time with the nails. So like that, there's so many pastimes of the deities of the Lord, you know. Yeah, we also have a story of Sakshi Gopal. I don't know if you all have heard that story of Sakshi Gopal. Was in who became the witness, that the deity became the witness. He came to say that, yes, what the Brahmana promised is true. This promise was done in front of me. He came to give witness to his devotee. So the deity is Krishna. Anybody would like to add anything or comment or question?
There is also one more about Karma Devi, who used to feed Jagannath's deity with khichdi. So his parents had gone for a pilgrimage, and they said that Karma, you can feed the Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra deity. So she was really small and she had no idea that how the feeding is. So she used to prepare. The first day she prepared the khichdi and she offered, and she kept on waiting, that what is this happening? Why Jagannath ji is not accepting it? So then she started crying and she said that my mother will be so angry that you're not eating. Please, Jagannath Prabhu, eat. And she was so innocent and small that she had no idea that just Krishna could eat by the glance. That's how in the material world Krishna do. But she was expecting that Krishna would take a bite and finish it, and then that would be done. But then Krishna saw his love for him, and then he ate the whole part. And then she started cooking because they went out for 3 to 4 days, and then there was a limited amount of food that parents had left, but because there was, in that time, there never used to be so much food. So she kept on cooking, and she had utilized a lot of, because even Krishna was eating the bhoga, and then she used to cook for herself. So when parents came and they said that, Karma, what have you done? This so much of food is finished. What is this? And then she said, no, Ma, don't you know Krishna, the Jagannath ji eats? She said, no, you are fooling us. It is not that Jagannath ji. So this is the problem of this material world, that we are not ready to believe that he will eat. That's why he's not coming to eat for us, because we are contaminated, and Karma Vai was so pure that, and then she begged that, Krishna, please show. And then Krishna, and then Jagannath ji showed the way, and he came and he took a bite, and then the parents in a hidden form saw it, and it was, they were shocked that, wow, she's such a blessed soul that Jagannath ji is coming and eating. So I think it is just our love that makes the difference.
Yeah, so true. Actually, I've never heard this story, but there's a very similar one of Raghunandan, that the small boy Raghunandan, he was 5 years old, and his father told him, make the bhoga, I'm going out, make the offering, I'm going out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they just made this one for the Jagannath ji. Yeah, this is just for the Jagannath ji especially.
Yeah, it's true. What is lacking is our love, as you rightly said. So true. You know.
And even, I think, even Nitai Nimai, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, there was an incident. There was that in the Nimai Pandit house also, there was this incident who, one of the sages came and he was preparing the food again and again and again and again. And then Nimai was coming and eating it. And he said that, what is this happening? I've cooked it so many times. And then what is this? That every time you come and you spoil. And then he got really angry and he said that, it's not my fault, you're calling me, what can I do? And then he gave him the Sakshat Darshan, and then he just got so in ecstasy. And then he said that, and then he wouldn't tell his parents, but then he would come and touch his feet and take the blessings every time. And I'm forgetting the names, but this is also the story at the...
Yeah, when Nimai was a baby.
Yes, when Nimai was a baby, right?
I had visited their home, and he kept making offerings to the deity. But each time Nimai would come and eat it, because he said, you're calling me, so I'm coming to eat it. Then
Yeah.
why are you complaining, You're calling.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's true.
So I think our love is lacking. It's nothing to do with anything else. It's just our love. And our trust and our faith is lacking.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's true. So then that's why at our level, we are just encouraged to follow what the previous acharyas are telling us. They're telling us, you prepare your food and you offer this bhoga to Krishna. Then we just practice doing it. Then one day we will get attached. We will get attached to Krishna, It's just a matter of time. So we, at our stage, we follow the process, what's given to us. Yeah. So maybe we can stop here for today. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Bhaktavinda ki jai, Hari Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Did anybody else want to add anything, say anything?
No. There is also that story of that Pundalik, Vithala, how he's standing, right, on a brick in which place is it?
This is for Vitthal. This is for
Vitthal,
Vitthal.
yeah.
Yes,
Vitthal,
this is
yeah.
for Vitthal.
Yeah, Vitthal. Now they call him
Pundalik. Yeah.
Pundalik is a devotee, huh?
Yeah, he's a devotee, and Lord Vittal, he made sage Pundalik made him made Vittal wait for him on the brick.
Yeah, that's why he's called Vitthal.
Yeah,
the brick is called Vitthal. Yeah.
Pandurang Vittal.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, so the Lord reciprocates with his devotees so much. Okay, thank you so much for sharing it. Thank you. Hare Krishna.